Welcome back, everyone. We are checking out whatever podcast once again, and this time, a woman is accusing Brian of misrepresenting women on the podcast. Now, I have very clear opinions because this is not the first woman to say this on any of these podcasts by any means. Plenty of women feel this way, and I've said this, men too. And I have a retort to that. Which we'll get into, I'm sure. But as it comes along, I'll bring it up. All right, let's go.
You said that nobody that goes on the show is representative of the population. Most people are still pretty normal and reasonable.
Yeah.
On this podcast,
we've had a lot of people on the show.
Yeah, I would say that, like, generally, like, if you were to just take a random sample of women, like, these are more, like, social media...
But
these two girls,
women.
How many episodes have you seen?
But it's like there's a slightly higher population of like
It's just not true, bro. I'll be honest. Sure, he has some social media like influencers, but he had a woman from the fucking FBI who was insane. Like, again, not general population, but like this idea is just social media influencers. He's brought on a lot of very reasonable women who are like normal. I'd say Andrew Wilson's wife, for example, is a very normal woman. A lot of usually the people on his side of the table are pretty fucking normal and fair. So I don't really understand this. Typically, you have half. You'll either have like 80% of the table not making no fucking sense or like half of it making no sense, right? He's taking, I'll be honest, most of these women don't have like a shit ton of followers or anything. He takes a lot of like just random ass people who've like done OF before, work normal jobs, nurses, vets. Like he brought out quite a bit. And you know what what it shows us? No matter what position in life you're in, no matter how much money you make, no matter what your appearance is, you can be a fucking moron. I'm not talking about her. I didn't watch this one, but I'm just talking in general. That's what this showed us. But I get what she's saying if you've only watched one
we only have one
episode.
left.
But I mean, yeah, I think it's like somewhat of a.
Oh, it's up there on the window.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I kind of want to throw it.
All right, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, come on.
Throw the baby.
I thought everybody sent in this many like longer
But
lists.
how many episodes?
Nick, pull up
How
the
many
stats.
episodes
Nick,
have
can
you
find
seen?
The stats?
Sorry.
Do you know where it is?
I mean, I'm sure.
Ava,
Yeah.
How many episodes have you seen that you came to that conclusion?
Like.
Sure.
I've seen a lot of clips, and then
Yeah, you
maybe
saw
like
clips,
Some not
but you-
full
five
episodes.
episodes.
So you don't know what those women do.
Yeah, I could be like, I could be wrong, but I think generally when people are going on like big podcasts and stuff like that, like it's not, there's a lot of people that you would consider more like normal, low key, like not on social
What's
media,
normal,
and they're
bro?
like trying to be
Bro,
YouTube.
I've learned. Listen, man. If y'all just talk to real women, I'll be honest. Not on no incel shit. Not on some like crazy I hate women shit. No, I'm not even Red Pill. We're gonna be realistic, right? This isn't just for women, but since it's mostly women, I'm gonna say this first. Most women are fucking stupid. And I'm also going to say something else crazy. Most men are fucking stupid. Like, this is just how the world works. To get that average IQ, there's got to be a shit ton of people below the fucking average. And I don't think the average is even that great. I think a lot of people are really stupid, don't know how to think. They don't know how to function as human beings. And a lot of them just mouth rhetoric that they've heard from someone else. Most people can't think for themselves. They latch onto ideas they like. They don't think about it. They're like, oh, that sounds exactly right, or this benefits me. Very basic animal fucking instincts, very basic social instincts for a human being to just latch onto an idea that makes your group better than the other groups. This is very normal. This is how our societies have formed. We're trying to move away from that. The reason that we're having such a hard time doing that is because most people are fucking stupid, and when you're stupid, your baseline instincts, even if you're smart sometimes, your baseline instincts will absolutely overtake any amount of thinking that you could do. So your baseline instinct is side with the group that's going to make your life significantly easier. Hence why women love feminism, even though it has zero actual equality built into it from a narrative's perspective, right? Let's continue.
YouTubers or OF models or whatever.
But the general population is fucking
normal
stupid.
People, but I would say that the the demographic is like not as represented as it would be in just a normal population.
What I disagree with that is I am just like a normal person. Like I may be a streamer, but I definitely am just a normal.
I think that streamers are
person.
definitely like a more special out there type of person.
I don't think so.
I would disagree with you on that.
Okay, and why I disagree with you is because I think
Anyone can start streaming.
I can
like
see what you're
a lot
saying, but I think there are.
A lot of streamers. She's not like some multi. I'm guessing. I've never heard of her. She's not. I'm guessing she's not some multi-million-dollar streamer. Like you realize, like with any job, like there's the top 1%. Like with chefs, there's the top 1%. Like there's Gordon Ramsay, but 99% of chefs are not making Gordon Ramsay money. Like she's not a multi-millionaire. I'm sure she had a normal fucking job. This is what I'm talking about. They just hear streamer and they instantly put this fucking big ass umbrella over all streamers. Most streamers are not Asmongold. This motherfucker lives like a goddamn rat from fucking Black Myth Wukong, goddammit. Like, this is not the normal standard of human being. Most streamers are not going to be like fucking Kai Cenat, Asmongold, fucking Pokimane. Like, most streamers are just going to be normal fucking people who work 9 to 5 jobs or work a different job while they stream for fun. Like, that's just the reality.
Streamers that are just trying to be real and be honest, and they're just normal people. Like
yeah.
I've said my real opinions on my stream or on here, and and I think that some people are just trying to be normal people, whether or not they're on streams or not.
Yeah, I just say it's a very specific type of person. I'm not saying that you're like abnormal, but it is a specific type of person that will put themselves out in the limelight like that.
And are you saying like kind of just?
And I'd say most people would not, like all of my friends, when it was on the DMs, when he was like, "Do you have any friends that want to go on this?" Like I'm the only person out of my friends that like goes on YouTube and stuff, and
But
out
so
of all of us, like none of them, they were like, absolutely not, I don't want to go on something like that.
But so would you consider one of the people that you're talking about?
What? Wait,
Like
what?
you said,
You
there's
like
certain.
types of people.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not
So you're
a
saying,
normal person.
Bitch.
but I'm saying that's almost
Guys, I'm so special.
opposite of what you're.
Guys, I bought a camera and I'm talking. Oh my god, I'm so special. I'm not like normal people because of that. Do I think I'm like normal people outside of that? No. But that's only because I can think about things more than 2 seconds and not align my entire life to a fucking
You're
group.
saying about how it's not the real people. Like, would you consider yourself
I would
a real
just say
person?
it isn't representative of like the average.
But are you
person.
representative of the average
No.
person? Okay.
What makes you
representative
different?
Exactly. That's what
Yeah.
I mean.
That
Being
isn't
your
everybody.
own person is different from just being on a podcast,
Yeah,
but
but
also
I'm
being
saying
a real
if
person.
you get the general, if you were to do a poll of like everybody that came on this podcast and poll them on their opinions on whatever the main topics are, and do a poll of that and what the general average would be. Obviously, every single person is their own person, but then if you were to do that versus take a poll of the general population of women, of people that maybe not inclined to go on this podcast, it may be different.
I think the majority of women would choose the bullshit that be getting spewed on this side of the table. I actually do think so. There are very intelligent women that would also choose this side. This is that basic human proclivity to choose the side that benefits you. And every time Brian talks about like feminism and the draft and that sort of thing, it's very clear that most women just don't give a fuck about dudes in the same way, and they don't actually want equality. It's about, well, I want my group, which is women in this case, right, to be better off. So that's the goal. I think a lot of the ideas spewed on this side are absolutely what most women think. Do I think it's like overwhelming majority? No. I think it's probably something like 60-40. But I do think most women actually would align with a lot of the bullshit that be coming out of this side.
Different is what I'm saying. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like you get.
Little bit.
Because
Yeah.
it's not radical. This is like, the whole thing is like all the shit they be talking about. This isn't radical. This is like very publicly what women think. Like women will say this out in the open. Like this is not like we want equal rights, but we don't want to go to war. Like this, like this isn't really some crazy fucking idea. That's like, whoa, I don't think majority of people feel that way. I think a lot of women would be pandered to and want their cake and they want their cake and they also want to eat it, you know, like can't eat your cake and have it too. I think that's just the natural way things go. Do I think most men would be on the hard opposite side? No. I think men are just generally more like, I think men care less about shit like about social shit. I'm gonna be honest. Unless it's like something really like important, I don't think men really care. Like I think men are better at adapting to situations like this, at least emotionally, versus women, or like what actions they take. Although I could be wrong, men do off themselves more often, but a lot of that has to do with us actually having the literal balls to do so.
Even when we do try to get average people and say like we pull them off the street or something, they still have like their views, obviously.
Yeah.
That kind of represent like
the less
different
educated people are, the more
extreme
likely they are to have
examples of whatever
stupid
they
fucking
wanna
views.
share.
Most people fucking, what is it, like 35% of like people of kids in like inner cities, I don't know if it was just black kids or kids in general, are illiterate. Like this shit is fucking crazy, bro. Illiterate. That means they can't fucking read and write. Like that's crazy. That was my favorite subject in school. It's absolutely insane that people don't know how to read and write. And I know this is fucking true because people still don't know the difference between there. Okay? Fuck you guys. There, THERE is for a place. Let's meet over there, right? Then you have they are, which is THEY apostrophe RE, right? And then you have there, THEIR, which means that you're talking about property typically, or if not property, in relation to someone, it would be theirs. So for example, their dad would be THEIR. It is their dad. Or their pen, that would be an object that they own. So their, THEIR. Most people don't fucking know that. And I know that because if you just go online, nobody knows what the fuck the differences are. Okay, like
Yeah.
Sorry
like
about the
that
ramble, but like that shit
happens
pisses
also.
me
Even if
off,
they don't
man.
say
It's
it,
so
they still
fucking
have
easy.
them, you know what I mean?
And I wasn't trying to make you concede your argument. I was just saying with your responses, it just seemed a little hypocritical.
Guys, I'm special because I'm guessing she has OnlyFans or something.
If you
like,
consider
bitch,
yourself
please.
a real person that
You just as
happens
dumb
to
as
be
everybody
on a
else, bro.
podcast.
No, I'm not.
Door.
How is it?
Everybody's
how is that
stupid. It's okay.
hypocritical?
Just of your argument that you
Nick,
typed
open that door
to the
all the way.
podcast. That's all that I meant.
But why?
Because you were saying that the people that were on the podcast, you wouldn't consider them like real people that you would take.
No, I'd say that it's
the
not
average
representative
person.
of the average person.
And you don't consider yourself just an average person?
and I don't think that that has a negative or a positive connotation to it at all.
Oh, no, I agree with that.
Well, we have some stats here, Nick. If you can pull up the stats, we'll skip all the way to. Okay, well, yeah.
Modern
next.
woman's worst enemy.
Next.
I
I'm
just
pretty
fucked
sure
with
it's the
y'all, bro.
last one that I want.
Modern woman's worst enemy.
Oh, yeah, you can
Numbers.
say average age 25 next. Next.
They really got their stats.
Next. So I think this is the interesting one.
Okay. Total unique non-sex. So these are people with normal jobs, or at least jobs that don't involve S work. And then we have. Okay, so these are the S workers. Then we have the vast majority do not have OF or that. So they most likely have normal jobs. I think the FBI agent was like very like, that's not normal. Okay, I watched quite a few of these podcasts. That is very out of the norm. Most of these are normal jobs. These are normal fucking people. A lot of them are not famous. A lot of them, there's quite a few that don't even have Instagrams and shit. Like this is very much so.
Because
It dwarfs those two
one
numbers.
of the criticisms we get is this is an OF advertising agency, blah blah blah, and you just bring on a bunch of OF girls and sex workers. But
these
it's less
motherfuckers
than
be
20%.
retarded, bro. Like, what? Let's do it.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. Yeah.
But I mean, that's higher than the average population. If you were to poll like every woman in the United States, I'd say that
80%.
Yeah,
is
sure.
what, like 1 to 2% is sex
Sure,
workers.
but this idea that for example, we have one sex worker on the panel.
Yeah.
Why woman can't just say I'm wrong? Bro, why can't a woman just look at the fucking chart and be like, yeah, you're right, I was wrong. Then move on, bro. It's okay to be wrong. These motherfuckers will die on hills that are obviously not fucking true. You're saying this doesn't represent the entire human population. This fucking does. These are fucking people with normal jobs, quote unquote. But these are also people part of the normal population. Sure, this size is bigger than what you would find if you polled everyone. But on a general podcast, it's looking like this. And these women still agree with these stupid ass points and get clipped. Like, so what are we talking about?
The show before that, I think no OnlyFans girl. Like, so maybe we'll if you average it out, I think this accounts for if you look at it, if we have a panel of 9 women on the show, one of them is a sex worker. If you average it out across all our shows, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's my only claim is that it's not representative of the average population, and I think that's conveyed there. And I think that
but hold on. If 8 out of the 9 panelists are not sex workers,
you just showed the statistic that said it's 20% of your podcast guests, just because you have 3 anecdotes of recently.
Okay, so if 1 or 2 of the panelists on a 10-member panel are sex workers,
that's not representative of the average.
She's actually retarded. Like, she's actually the stupid
women who are on the panel who are not sex workers.
If I could put in my other point, which was the point that I was making a little bit ago, is that people that are content creators and because a lot of people on here, they come on here, entrepreneurs, content creators and stuff, and that's a specific personality type.
Are you an entertainer?
No.
Are you
an
entrepreneur?
Saying everybody.
No.
You got.
No.
She's a 19-year-old college girl.
Yeah, I'm not saying everybody. Girl. I'm just saying that there's a higher fucking retard.
Like, she's actually this stupid. Like, it's making me mad that she's actually this fucking stupid. Like, what? Who raised these people, bro? Like, you can't actually be this fucking stupid. Like, you can't. Like, is she not understanding that when he asks these questions, okay, there's 1 OF girl, right? Or 2 OF girls. There's still fucking 5 other people choosing the same answer as her. So if you just take those 5 answers, that would be the normal population. And we're going to pretend there are no OF people in the normal population? Like, what are we talking about? Oh, streamers? Streamers, really? 99% are not like the top streamers. He has not had, I don't think, a 1% streamer on the pod. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you're telling me, most streamers have other jobs. What are you talking about? Certain personality type. Yeah, to do these shows, you're probably more so an extrovert. Like, is that what you mean? You think extroverts, because they're an extrovert, they can't represent introverts at all? Like, is that the argument here? Like, what personality type are you talking about? What about nurses? Like, were the nurses he's had on, are those not representative? You can, if you get this fucking dumb on this, if you get dumb on this scale, you can say that no one represents the entire population. Like, duh, we don't all have the same exact job. Well, if he has a construction worker, their opinion doesn't matter for the construction worker's opinion doesn't matter for the average. So, nope, completely rule them out. Doesn't count. Like, what is the logic here? Because everyone's not in a certain job that they don't represent normal people is crazy. It's one thing if he only had multimillionaires on here, but you're talking about people in similar fucking tax brackets here, right? And he's had a very wide range of people. This makes no fucking sense.
So if 80% of the people are representative,
numbers
is the
hard.
podcast in general representative?
I'm bad with numbers, but I can understand basic statistics.
I'm saying it.
You're saying that just 20% aren't sex workers, but it's also a specific.
Okay, fine. 70, then fine. For the kind of goofballs who aren't sex workers, but they're weirdos, let's just say it's 70%.
I'd say that it's not as representative as like data pulling population, just the average population.
You don't think these people are in the data pools?
That's just the point that I sent to you on the questionnaire.
Okay, but so
that's the claim.
So are you saying, so one of the big things that comes up on the show,
bro, like you just like, I'm mad because like she's actually dumb, bro. Like she has like no understanding of how statistics work, and like to say that this is not representative is crazy. Like at all. You can say it's not as representative as a poll of every human being in the fucking United States, obviously. But to make it seem like none of these women are normal, like, that's just not true. He's done legit hundreds of podcasts. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Hookup culture is the reality, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I don't think it's not, like, if we have women who come on the show and they're like, here's how promiscuous I am, I don't think that that's painting a picture of society that is mischaracterized. Okay. Whether they come on the show or not, you got a bunch of people out there, mostly women, who are hyper promiscuous.
Yeah.
Who engage in the hookup culture.
Yep. Whether they're a streamer or not.
So how is that not representative of what's actually going on in society? If I have a girl who comes on and she's promiscuous, how is it like not representative of what's going on outside in the real world?
All that I'm saying is just that you're more likely to have that on here. And it may be only by a marginal amount. I'll concede that. But it still is more likely.
Well, we have the other extreme too. Then we'll have like devout Christian virgin
and I'd say most people are more in the middle. That's what I would say. That's all I'm saying.
It's perhaps the case, but I would say most people are leaning more towards promiscuity and degeneracy than the reverse.
Yeah, I
think so.
Disagree with that. I'd say that it's most people are in a gray area.
Perhaps. I don't think it's a massive. Wow, bro. I actually lost brain cells watching that. Like I don't even think she knew what she was saying. Like she stun locked me, bro. I feel like I just fought a boss for like 10 minutes. Like what the fuck? Okay, let's just break this down, bro. Let's break this down. These women go on. I thought this was going to be a different like topic, right? But these women go on there, right? They know what they're doing. A lot of them are normal people. Most are. He didn't have 825 streamers on the podcast. That didn't happen. So you have to concede most of these are normal people. Christianity is one of the largest religions in the world. This whole idea that, well, most people are Christians. Okay, like what the fuck? Who cares? Some people are. Actually, millions of people are. Billions, actually. So what the fuck is the argument? This doesn't represent enough people. Like, I don't understand. I'm not Christian myself, but obviously they are human beings. There's more to people than just a single factor, like just their job. So now what she's saying is that no statistic relates to me if they aren't from the same career. Like, how does that make any fucking sense? Every career has personality differences in its largest, like, personality trait, right? Like, every single career. For me, for example, I joined the military at 17. I'm sure I have a different personality than someone who went into OF. Like, I don't understand. Like, what are you trying to say? I have a different personality than somebody who went into fucking catering, I'm sure, or someone who went to be a teacher. Like, just because we have different jobs doesn't mean we can't relate whatsoever and that we don't represent each other in pools of averages, right? Like, I don't think she understands that. Like, if you legit separated every single statistic by job, you're not going to be able to solve fucking anything. That is so hyper focused for no fucking reason when people are not that fucking different just based off of the job that they do. They really aren't. That is not how you determine how different people are. Oh, what do you work as? Okay, I know your personality. That's just not how that works. Some people are in specific jobs due to being raised into that. You're more likely to do a job if your fucking parents do that job and introduce you to that career. There is desperation. You could be in a bad financial situation, have to do a job that you typically wouldn't want to do. You could have gotten a useless degree in college. This could have been the highest paying job and you chose to do it for that reason. So her fucking logic is already flawed because the reasons people go into these lines of work are not all personality based. A lot of it is circumstance in how they're raised, and it has nothing to do with personality. I guarantee if you poll teachers, you would find a wide variety of personalities, especially because half of them are fucking crazy these days. I don't understand this thought process of, well, they're not normal people because they're streamers. Most streamers are not the 1%. Like the overwhelming majority, I don't think she even understands how rare it is to make it streaming. Like, these are normal people who work other jobs. Most people are not making a living off of fucking streaming. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I think I need to like bang my head against the wall or something to dump this fucking like retardation out of my brain. Let me know what you guys think in the comments later.